I'm gonna have fun with this one, I think. So, if you don't know, you should know. There's a fellow out there who Mundane Matt, Jarbo, fucking despises. Back in the day, we used to sit in calls with Jarbo. I used to go on about people like Midnight Edge and this fellow, right, who Jarbo sees as stealing his complete grift. And in many ways, had Jarbo taken a different route, then yes, he could have been the Star Wars Theory Man with 3.31 million subscribers. Oh, I can't believe he's going in on Star Wars. Leave the guy alone. Fuck this guy. This guy has no original thought. I hate this. Every single time I log into YouTube, this man is constantly recommended to me. I refuse to watch any of his videos, apart from the ones that autoplay. So as you can see, I've watched a few. But what I want to talk about today, truly, is how fucked it is. How fucked it is in the Star Wars commentary community when they're literally raking over the fucking scraps. They have nothing left to talk about. How many pubes does Jar Jar Binks have? That's where we are at this point with the Star Wars Theory fucking content. Okay, so I'm going to take you into the rabbit hole, folks. We're ready to go. This one is called... Oh, I'm sorry. In fact, the adverts are revealing lots of aspects of my personal life, so I might have to just not show the advert. Okay. But it's auto-playing 2 banner roll adverts, and now it's advertising flights to me. Okay, so...
Friday special.
Right. We are in. We're in the Star Wars Theory Zone. So this is called, oh no, I'm trending on Reddit and Twitter again, response. Okay? And this is the man that Star Wars Theory is. A boffin, you might say. Yes. Yes, he's got some sort of play buttons here. Jarbo cried at this one, but this guy's got this one. So he's ascended beyond Jarbo's state of being. Okay? So Jarbo's already pissing and shitting and crying himself to death on Discord. But this guy got this one. Got that one. Awarded to Star Wars Theory. And this is the guy, right? This is Star Wars Theory. As you can see, he's kitted out his little room here with Star Wars regalia. And we're just going to get into why. Oh no, I'm trending on Twitter and Reddit again. Are you ready? Because the rocks and screws just ain't what they used to be, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, these are on sale now. This is the...
Already, we are 0.01 seconds in, and he's trying to sell me a hat. He's trying to sell me a fucking hat.
FlexFit Limited Black Friday Special. Blacked out here and blacked out logo here, as you can see.
Order 66, he's got written on it. I just want Disney to sue this man to fuck. I want him to be homeless, penniless, shivering in the Canadian wilderness.
These are all embroidered. All proceeds go towards Vader Episode 2. You can grab yours now in the link.
Look at this collection, by the way. Overpriced tat. In fact, there is a tangent we'll go on that I didn't list out on the agenda, but this becomes incredibly relevant later. That's all I'll say to that. But you've got to remind me, chat, in case I forget. Just say something about merch. Merch. Give me about an hour, and we'll get into merch, okay?
Hello. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back.
Right, so we started the video 15 seconds in, okay? And he's showing us these Reddit threads. And we're like, what's going on, Star Wars Theory, man?
The video. Today we're going to talk about something that's been going around a little bit, and I want to chime in. There seems to be a lot of controversy around something I said during one of my live streams, during one of the...
I wonder why. And you're going to see why, because this is just... Not only is this take fucked, but it also shows the desperation of a creator on YouTube when they've literally raked over the dregs of content. In order to fill up the thumbnail and game the algorithm, they have to keep going, keep fucking going, invent wild-ass take after wild-ass take, to the point where they are just completely fucking brain-rotted. We're getting into this right now. Let's go.
The watch parties for Andor, and it was in regards to Andor having bricks and screws. Now, I like to think of myself as a OT fan of Star Wars. You know, I've been into it since 1996.
I'm an OT fan of Star Wars. I've been into it since 1996. What a Johnny come lately, folks. What a Johnny come fucking lately. There are people born in, like, I don't know, 1984 who are Johnny come latelys to the Star Wars train. There are people born, like, in 1978 who are Johnny come latelys to the Star Wars train. But this guy became an OT fan in 1996, presumably watching the special editions that were released in the cinema. The bastardized special editions that were released in the cinema. But that's what got this guy into Star Wars. But let's go with him. The boffin, the old fag himself.
And at 32 now, it's quite a few years of being into Star Wars, and of course, having a Star Wars channel. I've really delved further into as much.
Brian says he's been subbed to the guy. Brian, give your head a fucking shake, buddy. Give your head a fucking shake. If this is entertaining you, I don't know what to say.
Of the making of, the backstories, the lore, you name it, the books and all that, just as any Star Wars fan would. If anything, maybe a little bit more in some aspects, in some areas, to just do my due diligence and make sure that what I'm saying is at least based on some facts and things like that. And one of the things I really enjoy on the channel is a lot of the making of. And what comes with that is, a lot of the making of books from the original trilogy and prequel trilogy, which...
You're seeing here a mental gymnastics take place. This is truly like an Olympic event, because what he's doing is he's setting up his cope. He's setting up his cope and the reason why he said what he fucking did.
Which was a part of... That wasn't Disney era yet. And what comes with that is a lot of Ralph McQuarrie art. And one thing I'm doing in particular myself is, for Vader Episode 2, I'm having a lot of Ralph McQuarrie-inspired art from Paul Bateman. And he was actually trained by Ralph McQuarrie. And a lot of the things I've learned is some of the stuff in original Star Wars that really made Star Wars what it is how Ralph was able to not have anything that belongs in our world in the Star Wars world, at least.
Just quickly on that one, I'm pretty sure there's many things in the Star Wars world that belong to our world. I'm pretty certain that whatever's presented in Star Wars is like a used universe, I think the terminology is. It's supposed to look run down and shit. Certainly the original stuff, right? It's supposed to be rusted. It's supposed to have metal corridors. You're supposed to have stormtrooper helmets that could conceivably belong in our world, right? And the fact is, it does all belong in our world. It's pure raison d'etre, the Star Wars trilogy, and subsequent films is to sell toys, merchandise, and keep this fellow's pockets lined. But as you'll see this galactic level cope be set up, you'll be as dumbfounded as I fucking am. Truly.
For the most part. So this really has been something that's been on my mind, and I've been thinking about it a lot from an art perspective. And when I saw those bricks in Andor, they didn't...
He saw the bricks in Andor, right? So Andor's the latest Star Wars series that no one watched or gave a fuck about. But apparently, this time, they fucking sealed the deal, and now it's supposed to be really good. I could give two shits. But the bricks in Andor have triggered Star Wars theory, okay?
Look like regular bricks that you would see in a lot from an art perspective. And when I saw those bricks in Andor, they didn't look like regular bricks that you would see in perhaps the Phantom Menace.
So he's got a screenshot of the Phantom Menace here. And as you can see, Padme's here. Otherwise, you might know Padme as perspicacity. Okay? Perspicacity, Padme. But then you've got, bricks, right? There's some bricks there. And to me, on that wall there, they look like bricks. Is it just me? Is it just me, or are these bricks? I mean, this is a structure, isn't it? From our world, right? Okay.
Or in the original trilogy, they just look like regular bricks. And for me, that's just...
And so he's showing you the Andor bricks, right? So there's these bricks in Andor that look like bricks, okay? And then you've got some bricks here that also look like bricks. But apparently these bricks ain't what they used to be. These bricks ain't what they used to be, folks. The fucking desperation of Star Wars theory.
I'm not happy about it. I didn't like it. So I made
He's not happy about it. He didn't like it. That it deduced, it deducted, in fact, it detracted from his review where the point where he had to fucking subtract points from Andor because it had these bricks in it. Not the wrong bricks! Not in my Star Wars! Holy fucking shit, folks.
like regular bricks, and for me, that's I'm not happy about it. I didn't like it. So I made a comment, and it should have died on the live stream. It should have been there, and that's it.
Well, thankfully, autism did its job and held you account for this fucking war crime. It's just nonsense bullshit takery. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God the autists have rose up in mass in order to smite this man. In order to say we've had enough of this Star Wars theory nonsense filling up our algorithm. Thank God they're fucking raking you over the coals, quoting your words. Andor sucks because screws and bricks walls. Also, by the way, he's got a problem with the screws. He's got a problem with the screws in Andor because apparently they ain't what they used to be. But thank God the autists are out there saying this moron is really mad about screws and bricks. Thank fuck for that. And you can see, obviously, he's deflated. It's been a wound to his ego that people aren't taking his word as gospel. And you're going to get into his reasoning why.
But, the internet does what the internet does, and they've gone to create so many subreddits, so many tweets,
Based.
and turn it into a huge thing. And I kind of was questioning, I'm like, why are there so many people commenting on the latest video saying stuff about bricks and screws? And I'm like,
because you're a fucking moron. Star Wars theory. That's why. That's the reality of things. You're a fucking moron that's been elevated way above his fucking station. The fact that you've got over fucking 3.31 million subscribers for takes about the bricks and screws ain't what they used to be. It's about time there was a populist uprising, and hopefully we'll be seeing you swinging from some sort of... I can't finish that, unfortunately, or else I'll be flagged down. But you get the imagery being suggested, I hope.
Hold on. Is this turning into a thing now? So I went and I checked, and sure enough, there's just so much stuff. And a lot of you guys it's funny, but a lot of you also...
It's funny, but I'm seething. It's funny, but I'm coping hard.
Very mean about, and I don't really understand. And I would just like to say, before I even go into... I don't even know if I'll go into any of these subreddits, because they're kind of unnecessary, to be honest. You can do that on your own. But a lot of it comes from, I feel like a lot of hate that people have for me, and this didn't exist when I...
In fact, I just want to... We'll play his sentence, and then we'll analyse.
It's from, I feel like a lot of hate that people have for me, and this didn't exist when I had, I don't know, less than 1.5 million subs.
A lot of hate that people have for Star Wars theory that didn't exist when he had less than 1.5 million subs. I wonder why, okay? Because he keeps gaming the algorithm. More eyes are being artificially forced on to this garbage content that he's churning out in this factory where he needs to cover every minute detail. Did you know that Count Dooku was in an animated short for all of 30 seconds and we need to talk about it for 20 videos? People have had enough Star Wars theory. People don't care anymore. You're actively ruining Star Wars for people. You know that children's fucking movie that people liked back in the 70s? And then some people liked back in the 90s? Well, guess what? You're going to have every fucking frame of it analysed, sold to you in various different merchandise garbs, and presented to you by an expert on the fucking topic himself, Star Wars theory. That's why people are angry. That's why people hate you, bro. It's because you keep filling up their feeds with nonsense and shit.
Everything before that was really golden. It was really fun.
It was a golden age when I was grifting.
No one was really
unchecked.
mean.
No one was really mean because you, like I say, you weren't gaming the algorithm to the point where you are now. You should have been happy with the 1 million subs and just left it at that. Okay? And, What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you can have it all. My empire of dirt and bricks and fucking screws.
It just seems like any opinion I have now, it's like that's not okay. It's
Based.
intolerable. It's like I have to have a gag order whenever I talk about Star Wars, which I
Good.
never will. I will continue to talk about Star Wars forever. And
I will never have a gag order. I will talk about Star Wars forever.
Bro. You're in your 30s now, bro? Perhaps it's time to leave Star Wars with all of the other childish things you left in the bin, right? Perhaps it's time to fucking move on and let the kids talk about Star Wars. They'll have to drag me out in a box to stop me from talking about Star Wars and the bricks and the screws.
and I'll continue to give my opinions forever. And if that offends people, then, well, that's too bad. But that's my opinion, and I'm not ever going to change my thoughts. So that won't change for those who do appreciate my honesty. But also, it's kind of unfortunate that it seems a lot of the clips that people who don't like me take of me and spread around everywhere, all the social...
Someone says Godwinson's just seething at his YouTube account suggestions. Yes! Yes, because this is what's constantly being suggested to me, person in the chat. This is what's constantly being forced onto my eyeballs. This nonsense shit. I'll just show you what the regular fucking content is, okay? What he's regularly up to on a fucking 4th, 5th, 6th daily basis, right? Okay, so this one here, we need to talk about this response. This is about something that's like a 20-second Count Dooku animation that was put out on like Disney Plus or some shit, okay? Andor, my full review and thoughts. By the way, he's talked about Andor incessantly since it came out. You know, it never stops being about fucking Andor in Star Wars. This one, what if Dooku joined Yaddle to fight Palpatine? Who gives a fuck, bro? I don't lie awake at night wondering what the fuck Yaddle's up to. I seriously don't. And I certainly don't expect her to have joined up and fought Palpatine. Who gives a shit? What, this one. What if Dooku went to Qui-Gon's funeral? What if Dooku went to Qui-Gon's funeral? Like, who gives a flying fuck, brother? No wonder people are angry. It's just incessant nonsense. This one, right? This one, Count Dooku will kill Yaddle. What the fuck is Yaddle? What the fuck is a Yaddle? I remember what the Yaddle from fucking Phantom Menace was. It was basically a Yoda puppet they decided to put a wig onto in order to fill up the seats in the Jedi Council. That's the reality of Yaddle. It needed no extra thought. It needed no extra deep dives or lore breakdowns or continuations in the expanded canon, because no one gave a fuck. It was literally a puppet with a wig on it. Like, bro. This one, right? This one. The time Anakin wanted to leave the Jedi. That's like the films, bro. The films are that time. There's no... A comic book don't need to explain Anakin's fall to the dark side, and 20 videos don't need to be made on the comic book and all of its different pages. The films are there for people to watch, bro. Like, this one, Yoda's real thoughts on the Clone Wars revealed. Yoda's not fucking real! Yoda don't have real thoughts. He's written by people. He's a fictional green dwarf. Like, come on, guys. Come on. But let's get back into Star Wars theory, shall we? And his take on the bricks and the screws not just being what they used to be. Oh, I wonder what Yoda thinks of this. Yoda would be spinning in his fictional grave.
social media platforms that get hundreds of thousands of views are, first of all...
It's an advert, by the way. It's another advert. What the fuck is this? I get a snack. I can put some Some Pringles in a box. I can put my charger in that box as well. This looks incredibly unsafe. No spilling. Who's going to put all of this shit in a box? What the fuck? He's put oranges in there. His glasses, some coffee, AirPods, his phone. What the fuck? Are people being advertised
A
here?
lot of them are taken out of context. Maybe not this bricks and screws one, but like, really? I can't say I don't want to see bricks and screws in Star Wars. I mean, come on.
I don't want to see bricks and screws in my Star Wars.
But they never take clips of things where I say like, hey, like, I don't care what your opinions are on the sequels or your prequels. We're all Star Wars fans at the end of the day. We all gotta be positive with one another.
We're all consumers at the end of the day. We all got to keep buying this shit and lapping it up so they keep feeding it more. Keep feeding us more and more of this nonsense. They never clip me when I say that.
We all gotta remember we're people. We are just enjoying this movie. And
I'm not just pixels on a screen, guys. I'm a real person.
If you don't like something, always express how you feel, but do so eloquently, respectfully, in a kind manner to one another.
I completely agree, Star Wars Theory. Let's do so eloquently, respectfully, and in a kind way towards people. There you go, Star Wars Theory. There's my eloquent thoughts on all this.
Like, just like I was, or like you were for liking Star Wars when we were kids, those never get clipped. It's always just like me in a moment in a live stream taken way out of context.
They took me out of context. What more context do you need? You're fucking going off on an unhinged rant about the bricks and the screws in Andor being completely fucking of a level of like a high war crime. How fucking dare the Star Wars creators put bricks and screws in Andor that are completely different to the bricks and screws we saw in The Phantom Menace? How fucking dare they?
Heated in a moment or something. I'm passionate about Star Wars. This
He sounds real passionate, by the way.
franchise has really saved my life in so many ways, and now this is my job. Now this is my career. I get to talk about Star Wars. This is so dope.
It shouldn't be a job. It shouldn't be a fucking career to talk about Star Wars. And it certainly ain't dope, my friend.
But it's just kind of like it's just kind of annoying when I see this shit sometimes. It's like, what's wrong with you guys? You know, you weren't like this when I had less than 1 million subs, 1.5 million subs. Like, y'all are so nice. Oh, he's so underrated. He's so... But now it's like I'm a little larger, and all of a sudden, let's just do everything we can to defame him and take his words out of context and make fun of him. And
They're trying to psychologically break me. They're taking food out of Star Wars series' mouth by criticizing it. They're hurting his business, guys. How fucking dare the autists take umbrage at the fact that he's going off about the bricks and the screws? What a fucking cope.
why?
Brick broken.
Did
I
change
completely
somewhere along
fucking
the way?
agree.
I don't really think
It's no longer buck broken, it's brick broken.
If I have, well, I'm always checking myself to make sure, I don't become some arrogant prick.
Too late. Too late, bro. You should have checked harder, my friend.
But I just want to be able to talk about Star Wars the way I see it and talk about the things I enjoy as if I'm talking to a friend in a comic shop or a friend at my house, or like when we were little kids, a friend at school, like at the lunch table, in the caf, just debating Star Wars, what we think, what we don't think. And I don't want to feel like I need to make everything so goddamn critical. Like, I can't say this, I can't say that. I don't care, man. I just will say
I don't care. It is what it is. Leave me alone.
I say, and you've blown out of context, or you take clips here and there. Whatever, dude. Do what you want. The million times I said I like Andor, no one ever takes clips of that. It's just...
I said I consumed it. What more do you want? I bought all of the merch and the Funko Pops from it. What more do you need? I consume every day. But I said something critical about the bricks and the screws. And now they're hunting for my hide. Now I'm being fed to the wolves. Well, quite rightly, my friend.
He hates Andor. Dude, when did I ever say that? Never said that. I never said I hate Andor. I always said I liked it. But you know what? Even if I did, it's none of your business.
It's none of your business. It is what it is, bro.
It would be like posted all over these Reddits. I don't understand the logic. You know, it just seems like if you read some of these comments, they're wild, man.
Okay, so he's going to show you. He's going to show you how people are angry.
So much anger, so much hatred.
Shall we read one of them? As a prequel kid, I can say that Star Wars Theory and his brainlet fan base does not represent me. You don't represent... Not my shield. Not my shield. Seconded. This guy, by the way. Huge The Clone Wars and Rebels fan here. I mean, what sort of person do you have to be a huge Clone Wars and Rebels fan? Star Wars Theory can kindly fuck off. Based.
Just for me having...
This one, he's a dumbass. They literally said don't expect cameos in this show. He wanted his cameos. He wanted his Yaddle cameo. Life's fucking tough, brother. What can I say?
An opinion.
They're all evil. They're fueled by hatred. Unfortunately, Trainwreck says, unfortunately, he has the most subscribers of any Star Wars YouTuber, so his reach is vast. I'm sure plenty of fans are worried he will influence impressionable young fans who look up to him. Children of the world, you're our future. Don't look up to Star Wars Theory as any sort of role model. This guy says people hate him excessively, and I don't disagree.
But I've always just tried to be as positive as I can. You know,
I like how his fans massively disagree with him. He built an audience critical of Disney's handling of Star Wars, and is now complaining when they start doing pretty much the opposite of what everyone's core complaints were about.
could use my platform for...
Weren't there brick? Here's the fucking killer blow from a neat samurai, weaving and wielding his katana. Just strike right, beheaded, okay? Weren't there bricks on Luke's planet in Boba Fett? Done. He's fucking finished.
other things such as anger or pushing hatred on people. But
It's hatred.
like, I'm really just trying to stick to Star Wars and talk about Star Wars, and it seems like everyone's just trying to talk about me. And I don't... Let's just go back to talking about Star Wars. Like, what is... Like, this thread is way too... you know, Twitter's probably even crazier. It's like, this moron's really mad about screws and bricks. It's like, bro, that's one thing I said. You know? It's crazy, man. It just blows my mind, and I never thought that this would be...
It's tough, buddy. It's tough.
how things are. It doesn't deter me from my channel. It doesn't change my stride or anything, but I will always continue to speak my mind. And
Nothing gonna break my stride. Nothing gonna slow me down. Oh no, I'm just a fucking autist.
It doesn't make me sad, but it's just weird, bro. Like, I don't...
It's weird, bro.
Why?
Are you ready? Are you ready for another killer blow? Okay, another strike of the blade from a Reddit loser. If he can't cry in a video and use that for clicks, he doesn't like it. Grifter identified. Grifter spotted. Grifter diagnosed and grifter destroyed. If he can't cry in a video and use that for clicks, he doesn't like it.
I will always have my opinions, and I encourage everyone to have their opinions on Star Wars. And to always voice their opinions. But I'll never criticize someone for their opinion. I'll never say you're not a Star Wars fan if you like this or this. Or you are a Star Wars fan only if you like this or this. I think we're all Star Wars fans. I think we're all people. I think we all have different interests, and that's cool. So, anyways, I understand a lot of people, you know, you're never going to be liked by everybody, and That's not my intention. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to just talk about Star Wars. And
By the way, I'm just seeing in the corner here. So this is obviously something that he shared to this subreddit at some point in time. And it's one of his videos that he made called Jar Jar Binks was a trained Force user. Like, he's been fucking obsessively dissecting Jar Jar Binks' motivations, and he's come up with the conclusion that he was a trained Force user. Okay? That's why people are kind of had enough of this shit. People are at breaking point. It's clickbait nonsense.
Those of you that appreciate me over the years, and appreciate, some of the things I've said, or even don't agree with anything I've said, but at least appreciate the discourse that I do create, or the commentary I do create amongst the fans, then cool, man. I'm going to keep riding. I'm going to keep being here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue to do everything I do because of my love for Star Wars, my love for all of you who have been there for me, and the rest. Keep posting clips, man. Keep doing what you need to do, but this was my video addressing everything, and I just think you could use your time in a better way.
That's rich coming from Star Wars Theory there. That's fucking rich coming from Star Wars Theory. I think you could use your time in a better way. This man has been obsessively analysing the pubes on Yoda's foreskin since the year dot. I mean, holy fucking shit, folks.